SIU has had a strong fall in the majority of their sports so far this season, and the praise just keeps rolling in. The swimming and diving team are off to a great start after receiving the Missouri Valley Conference's first 2 weekly awards. Juniors Kelsey Walker and Rachel Williams were named this week's Swimmer and Diver of the Week. Kelsey Walker would help the Saluki swim team to finish in first and second place. Rachel Williams would finish second in both the 1 meter and the 3 meter diving events. Williams believes she never felt more confident at a tournament in her Saluki career.
Honestly, I was really in the zone, and I tried just to not watch anybody else, just kind of pay attention to what I was doing and what I've been working on at practice with Joy. Overall, after the meet, I just felt like a million times better about this year's meet than I did, freshman year, sophomore year. I was just really happier, a lot happier with where I ended up.
She should be confident because she also has been named this week's Prairie Farm Student Athlete of the Week with that performance that I just mentioned that edged out the Purple Aces 188 to 142. Williams posted a score of 243 in the 1 meter dive, and that's pretty fast because that's 3 points shy of her own personal best. Now all that stuff in the water is great, but so are her grades as she has a 3.91 GPA with a major in speech communication. Switching gears to football, the rankings in the FCS have changed once again. North Dakota State remains in the #1 spot after their win over the Illinois State Redbirds, who, if you remember, got a big win in their season opener over Northwestern, but ever since have been struggling and have dropped to the 23rd ranked in the country. As for the rest of the MVC, Northern Iowa rises to the 11th spot after their win over Southern Illinois on Saturday. Other notable rankings is Western Illinois at 13 and Youngstown State at 14. SIU did not crack the top 25. The Southern Illinois women's golf team finished 5th at the MVC Conference in Cape Girardeau, Missouri today. The Salukis finished the weekend with a combined score of 907, which was 43 strokes over par. That was not enough to defeat Murray State, who won the overall tournament with a score of 871 strokes, which means that they were about +7 over par. Brooke Cusimano led the Salukis with a +6 for the weekend that left her at 9th place overall. The Salukis will play their next tournament on Monday in Clarksville, Tennessee. I just smell it in the air. It smells like baseball. It smells like playoffs. They begin today in Toronto as the Baltimore Orioles will take on the Blue Jays. Marcus Stroman will be taking the mound for the Blue Jays, while Chris Tillman's going to go for the Orioles. Tillman was their ace this season with a record of 16-6, and River Region will have all the highlights on that tomorrow. On a more somber note, jury selection began today in the $21 million lawsuit case against Derrick Rose. The former Chicago Bulls point guard and his 2 friends were accused of rape back in 2013, but these are allegations that Rose and his friends deny. Rose, who is now a player for the New York Knicks, was not in attendance in an LA courtroom today, but rather will be on the court for the Knicks' opening preseason game tonight in Houston. Now for some Monday night football, the Vikings and Giants squared off last night in Minnesota. The Vikings were without star running back Adrian Peterson, but that didn't really matter too much. We picked this one up early in the first inning as Dwayne Harris goes back to return a punt, and he just coughs it right up there. The Vikings recover on that one. Later in the drive, it's Matt Iastada, bruising his way into the end zone. He only had 6 yards on the day, but that was a big one. AP loves it. Now the aerial show started. It's Bradford to Rudolph for the touchdown. That's going to put the Vikings up 14 points in this one. And we're just going to keep it coming. Here's Bradford to Johnson deep down the field. That's going to get them in the red zone. And they're hyped. Now it's Jerick McKinnon. Don't touch me. Get off of me. He wouldn't have even been down in touch football. He puts this game to rest 24-10. The Vikings get a big win, and they played very impressive. I'm personally a Chicago Bears fan, and it looks like they're doing really well, so it doesn't look too good for the Bears this year.
Thanks, Zach.